everyone. The book that I am reading is The Outsiders by S.E. Hinton. I am loving this book. It is young adult, and I don't exactly remember what I loved about it when I was in high school, but I'm definitely getting something different than teenage Abby would have gotten. So I'll talk about that then. How well did the author build the character in the novel? The character building is amazing in this novel. Pony Boy is multifaceted, and there are many layers to him. Like, people in his community see him as a greaser, but in reality he's also extremely smart. He's in the gifted classes at school. There's just so much more to him than his socioeconomic background, which is the way that the other people in the novel target him, just as his greaser self. So no one looks far beyond that. There's a scene in the book where character development really plays in, and that's a scene where they're in a drive-in movie theater, and the greaser boys, including Pony Boy and his friends, end up meeting and talking to and befriending these Soch girls. Soch girls are girls that are from, they're richer, they're from a different part of town. People think they're smarter because they're cleaner, So what's interesting about that is that they realize that they have more in common than they don't have in common. And so for Pony Boy and his friends to hear that the Soch girls also had problems in their lives was surprising to them. Where at the same time, the Soch girls hearing the problems that the greaser boys had, it was shocking. They had no idea that they were targeted by the Soch boys so much, which that targeting by the Soch boys, I think they both groups kind of target each other, but there's so much fighting. It feels like they're living in a war zone. There's no time that they can be comfortable. There's no time that they can sit back. There's always some sort of danger lurking. They're always waiting for that Mustang to turn the corner and they're suddenly in a knife fight, which is, as an adult, is terrifying that some kid would ever have to live that way. But I think for kids, it's excitement and it's fun to read. So for young adults that are reading it, I remember when I read it in 9th grade, it was just action, action, action. And it kept my attention peeled to it very, very well. It's very quick-paced novel. It tells its story quickly, even though it's written first-person point of view from Pony Boy's point of view. It gets to the point. It's constantly changing. It's almost the way, like, some of these dystopic young adult movies or books are written, the way they're written, that it's constantly moving quickly and there's no time to lose focus. Does the character development hold your interest? Yes, because it's always different. And then you have these characters, Soda Pop, Pony Boy, just all of them, Derry, Johnny. You feel for them because you realize they don't have the money that the Soch kids have, and they're judged for it, and it's really not their fault. They go out looking for fights, but you know what? The rich kids come looking for them for fights. It's sad. So I definitely did not see it that way as a kid. What elements of young adult? Well, obviously the novel is young adult, so what elements? Well, it's young kids' problems. They are having these larger than life issues that probably kids today living in suburbia America would not have. What elements of romance? There's not really romance. There are romantic moments, and I wouldn't even call them romantic moments. There are moments when the greaser boys have crushes on girls, and there are moments where they talk about these girls. And I think that the moments where they have these crushes on the girls may have crushes back, and they may be these Soch girls. So it's like a bad boy thing. Like, they probably feel like they're hanging out with bad boys, and so they like that. And that's a trope in some romantic literature. I'm halfway through it now, and we have a murder. We have switchblade attacks. There's really no swearing, so that's good. But, there's drinking. There's a few references to pot. but not many, and there's no real sex or anything like that. Kind of more hardcore than the fighting in it is more hardcore than I remember it being. So if you're, I mean, I think that kids should read it. I wonder how much they would take from it and could apply it to their lives. I don't think they really could. Maybe kids could apply it to their lives in that, you know, people from different cliques, you know, you're all really the same. And that's one thing that Ponyboy notices is that, wow, I'm really just like these girls. There's no difference. They're just like us, you know. So I think that's an interesting point. So yeah, I'm enjoying it, but definitely in a different way than I did when I was a kid. And I can't wait till I finish it and I watch the movie again for the first time in over 20 years.